We also like this one because of Akira. Yes. Mm. Hmm. Wow. Right? Hmm. Is that crap, dude? Maybe look here. Hmm. Ah. I still want to research this more, but it's crazy. That's like front. Okay. So that's like a front. This one, though, is like from the back. You know, just like from the back. Oh my gosh, too. Side order, right? Yeah, more to the side order stuff. Um, not too much water. This Yorda. Crazy crap with Yorda. It seems like the whole idea behind this area is talking about Yorda. Sucker's always going to be somewhere, right? Remember our tree friend, right? The tree. See, that's why we were pointing to Yorda, because now we got this. That's Yorda's, like, you know. So, yep. Yorda has like a spot, like a spot to the side kind of thing. Crazy when you see something that kind of looks like a bra. Because originally, remember, we're just following for Yorda. Ah, Star Fox. Star Fox. Black hole. Interesting going the Ico stuff. Because, see, the more you go to the Ico stuff, the more Ico things happen, right? Okay. Yeah. Never get tired of seeing this thing. See? That's why I love it on the map. Legs. You gotta add a little detail to it, right? I'm gonna add this. Connection, man, it's crazy. Connection's just crazy. This gives us all kinds of crazy ideas too. I was telling you, I was like the arms, okay? So at least be like the arms, but still it's like feet on the arms. So there's a huge curiosity in studying this stuff, dude. Huge. This one right here. Connection. Having just the connection. See, shows it like that to be creepy because it's showing like it being tiny, like a tiny connection. Going a different route, going kind of like a patient route. Okay. The patient route's pretty good. It's not too bad. It's very good. I dig that a lot. 1, 2. Yeah, patient route's pretty crazy. You get all kinds of ideas with that, especially from all the Pokemon Mew stuff. You get all kinds of ideas from that. Sigil stuff. Okay. I know what sigil stuff looks like, so. Okay, now let's go. Right there. Oh gosh, big man. I always have thoughts of big man with this. Swimwear reasons and all kinds of reasons. And I also, just the feeling, there's a huge thing behind big man stuff. Also think about pop culture, right? Sesame Street. Better to see a close view of it, see? Now we got another dot right there. Okay. Sonic Superstars perspective is always great. It's always good. Now we have this whole thing making a whole entire thing. Look how easy it is to make a human, right? It's very easy to make a human-like presence. There's a ton of things with that. Superheroes, all kinds of stuff, you know. Villains. From Mew to a human, right? From Mew to a human. Another connection. See? Another connection. That's our whole thing behind it. You know, we got Persona Tactica. We got all kinds of crazy thoughts with that. Ico. Another Ico thing, right? My favorite thing about this Ico thing, see? Now, 4 may come off like as a number thing to being like, you know, boring with numbers. But for this is making our spiders and all kinds of things, right? Now, believe it or not, there's a PC game. See, like, and we were talking about Sesame Street, right? What's a PC game? Oh, yeah, that's right. And it has spiders in it. Yeah, go figure. There's a PC game with spiders in it, and they're adorable. Adorable spiders. They're actually cute. Like not just always, you know, just creepy. They're funny. You feel bad killing them. It's a Dark Crystals stuff. I like how this looks. This whole thing right here. I dig how this thing looks. Don't you? I dig this. Yeah, I like the motion of that thing. Mario's pretty insane, right? Oh, hey, this Kid Icarus. And of course, you know, some stuff I love talking about, right? Yeah. We keep talking about bumps. The reason we keep talking about bumps is because what's right above it? See how it's like right above it? There's a whole idea behind talking about bumps. That Atlas thing I showed, oh my gosh, people have no idea. That Atlas thing that I showed off. Oh. Oh. Ooh, Atlas. Atlas does a bunch of crazy things, dude. They do. Great thing about Skyward Sword, right? Skyward Sword, we kind of had an idea of these things, right? Okay. Now I'm going to move slowly. Peace. You know how funny peace sign is. It could be scary. Peace sign can be definitely scary. Okay. Especially when you're working with human bodies, it's like, oh, great. Heiko's 4 is kind of repulsive, isn't it? Heiko's 4 trying to be like that. That's a little bit messed up. Heiko's 4 always makes sense because we got to get back to our split, our diamond cube. We got to get back to it somehow, right? So we have to get back to a cube, the diamond, the Maya stuff. Man, being simple is kind of creepy sometimes because this thing right here. See, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Ganondorf, his castle, tower, everything. I feel sometimes can also be a distraction. See what I'm about to say? You ready for this? Yeah, this is probably, is this one of the best examples of legs? It might be, honestly. This honestly might be one of the biggest examples of legs. If you even add if you add like a Mario idea. Okay, let's see, you want to add a Mario idea. I don't even like how the top of this thing looks like a Triforce piece. That is pretty disgusting that it looks like a Triforce piece, right? So that's a little bit disgusting. Oh my gosh, dude. Isn't that crazy to think that Stomp right there? See how creeped out I am? I'm a little creeped out to think that might be Stomp. Anything, you never know sometimes. This thing right here, see, this is showing bent. It's showing off bent, but like now we're seeing a shoe, So it's showing you off bent, right? But showing you like a shoe. Now, up in the sky, I wish, because the rays, right? Look how creepy the thought process is behind this, too. Think about the thought process behind this. I don't have to show you everything, right? You know what I'm saying? As a game developer, I don't have to show you everything. So when I show you, like, a ray, lucky for you guys, I know from when the ray is, I'm always, like, looking for these two I'm looking for the spots of these 2 feet, this diagonal. Always looking for this, right? Of course, I want to look for the shoe. Who doesn't want to find the shoe? You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me find the shoe. Let me find the shoe, right? But the 3, okay? The ray from the sky, the 3. This has a little tail down here. See how this thing has like a little tail thing going down here? K, you know how K is? But this has a little tail, has a mouth kind of thing going on right here. You know what's the messed up part? Is the spot of it. This like the spot ideas. Like this is like a tutorial idea of stuff because like Persona Tactica is crazy because they add all the little icons with this, but we also have, Shin Megami Tensei. But like the crazy thing is to think about with this thing, okay? There's some crazy ideas you could think about with this. First of all, we're only seeing, we're not, it feels like we're seeing a stub, right? Feels like we could be seeing Ocarina of Time. And the reason it feels like we could be seeing Ocarina of Time, okay, or even Pokemon. We do have some crazy Pokemon, rock Pokemon, right? But this one right here, this one's a little nasty. So many ideas are coming from this thing. And the nasty thing that I like about this is the connection. See this connection right here? The things behind connection, dude, are insane. Now, once we add connection principle, we're not so like dumb, and we add connection inside side order, and we add connection. Okay, so we add this connection, and this, it becomes us to get visible to this half right here. See how this thing's all halved? So it's like a face, but the face is halved. That's the whole point. This connection thing, I'm always onto the connection things. The connection things are creepy because they just lead you to a bunch of other things. Now, if you wonder why I keep like looking at like threes or connections of things, like connections or threes, is because there's a certain creature I'm keeping my eye on, There's a certain creature I am looking for, just like a simple idea to be like, oh, okay. That's why I was looking at that map. I was like looking at the map because I was like, the map is so nasty. See, if we add a 3 thing, right? Like up here. Look how it's connected. See how it's connected? So they're both connected, right? But we got a face going on. Yes, we do. We got a face going on, and we got connection. So the crazy part is people who just, jump to conclusions, okay? People jump to conclusions, and it's like, hello, you want to see this stuff, it's that kind of thing. I mean, you definitely want to see a head being connected. Just, you feel the emotion. That's all you do. All you do is you feel the emotion right now. Right now, you feel emotion. You feel a head connected. Because, if you were in a situation and your head was connected, it would suck. Okay. Yeah, look at that little punk. Creepy, happy thing. Yeah. Yeah, right? Creepy, happy thing. See this thing right here has a little bit of happy energy. Creepy, happy. This thing right here, it's a little happy, but it's creepy looking. The human bodies, man. There's always the human body things. Looking like it's like a mouth too, right? See how this is like looking. I hope one day I get to a frustrating thing to talking about this body right here. See how this body, incartations, they're always like, you kind of want to not go too far into an incartate, go way too far into it. Look at this thing just jumping, doing the splits, right? That's where all the happy stuff is coming from, right? But okay, so like a half, like this, like a body like that. We even get kind of the feel of Super Mario RPG. We do get some feel of that. But half, look how it's like a raised foot. The foot's raised right here. Look how it's like 3 of them too. See how it's like a 1, 2, 3. There is a creepy creature I'm really looking for. I'm looking for this creature. This creature is very creepy. I don't even know what the heck it is. But that's what incarnation is very hard to kind of like describe. Incarnation is like things that nobody really wants to see, It's like that stuff you just don't want to see it. because it makes you feel like you're in a lair. But the half body, this half body thing that's going on here, we have to have pointy shoes too. Now, pointy shoes is no surprise with the Demi-Kid stuff because you got the moon, you got the pointy shoe stuff, so that's not too much of a surprise. You got Ni no Kuni. Now, Ni no Kuni, see, I think Ni no Kuni is I think of stuff of Ni no Kuni also, by the way. A lot of things I think about with Ni no Kuni, I always think about Ni no Kuni probably has its own things. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that in a nice way. Because isn't it crazy how you could just make a whole entire another game, right? With Ni no Kuni. And then you could have this stuff. And then people be like, oh, Ni no Kuni. You know? It's kind of like a stupid answer. Like, oh, Ni no Kuni. And that's why, we see, here's point. Here's a pointy head, right? See how this thing's like a pointy head? Now, unless I found the pointy head, we would have never known about pointy head, right? But this is just kind of like an example, right? This is what I'm just trying to show off with this. This is like an example. So an example is to have, a curiosity. This looking like another butt, like showing butt. I've shown you some examples of showing butt, right? This looking like another thing showing butt. Yeah. Anytime I keep seeing showing butt, I don't even like this thing right here. See this thing? This is why I meant by bumps, is because this thing, look, it's trying to smile. See how this thing is trying to smile? That does not look like something you want smiling at you, This does not look like something you want smiling at you. This has a top, of course, like a top feel, right? Crazy how we have an example of a fallen, we have an example of a female that talks to us about gaps, right? And the biggest problem with her is that she's so predominant. That's the reason why we always go back and talk to her. Because look, it's like a face right now. See how that's like a face? But we know one thing that's common to know about Fallen Star, okay, is that she stands up. She's famous for her stand-up thing, right? Also, Pikmin fans, Pikmin fans always talk about the creature. Isn't that crazy how the gap is like in between there? Remember, there's the Pikmin creature in Pikmin 3. So here's like a pointed gap in between all of that, right? But, see, we have all that stuff going on. But you know what the thing I like? I like the connection. Look how longer this leg is longer than this leg. So I always love connection. Anytime I see connection or ideas behind connection, I'm like, wow, would you look at that? You'd probably be thinking of some stuff, And then think about when you're looking, see this? When you're looking in the distance, right? When you're looking in the distance, okay? Look how that looks like a connection. See? That just looks like a connection. And it looks creepier that way, that it looks like a connection, right? So it's a really hard thing to study. Sometimes it will feel either smart or it will feel stupid. You know what I mean? Feel stupid, or it will feel smart, or it will just feel like that, Look how we just looked up here too. We got another long leg. See that? We just got another long leg. We're just looking up here. There's another long leg, right? Just looking up here. Looks, of course, like a mouth. Looks like something's in the mouth. And that's why we never ignore connection, because see, connection's right below this. So connection's right below a mouth with something in its mouth, and then right below it, okay, is connection, ideas of connection. And now, even look at this. That looks like a human. Isn't that crazy? Remember, we have Persona Tactica. It's crazy, dude. Many of the ideas is so crazy. Even like a human body. And then when I tell you something silly as like floating faces, like I'll tell you if like a face is floating, right? I'll tell you about that. But then we see human bodies, right? So we see human bodies connected. And then I tell you about a face. You know what I mean? So I'll say to you guys, face, I'll talk about like a face or like a little face or, just some face floating. These two right here, Demi-Kid stuff. That's kind of like the Demi-Kid stuff of the little character Demi-Kid characters, all the creatures stuff. But yeah, to see something in a bigger image too. Think about that. You just saw that in a bigger image, So as opposed to seeing it like something basic, okay? So you would probably like see it as something basic. But now you see a way bigger image. And that's the reason it makes sense. I'll tell you the reason it makes sense too is if you ever like play Sonic the Hedgehog, if you actually played Sonic the Hedgehog, the first level, the first lava level area, right? Look how we don't even have to step that much. See how we don't have to step that much? We don't even have to step that much. We're not stepping at all in this thing over here. Trying to find the creepy areas of Shadow of Colossus, right? Look at that. See how that splits? So that just splits. Look at that piece of garbage, right? Wow, we end on like a really good note, don't we? It's a really good note to end on. And I'll tell you why that's a really good note to end on. Not only is there a drive behind Shadow of Colossus stuff, right? But there's also a drive because we have two games that we can commonly go to. Where are those two games we can go to? Oh, yeah, that's right. Mario and Splatoon. So there's a common drive. Look also, if we can take away that animation, you saw that. You can rewind back, but if we take away that animation, we can see a booty. So we're seeing a booty in the distance. We are seeing a booty. Yeah. In the distance, we are seeing a butt. We are seeing something that looks down here. That's a very good object that I've been studying that object. I've been studying this object too. But because the reason I've been studying this object is, see, now it's going together. So from being a butt, there's two butts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, use your imagination too, by the way. Use your imagination. Two females? Yeah, that is a thing. That's a pretty... I've always thought that in itself is a spiritual... They talk about that, like how that's like a spiritual practice. Oh, look at that. See that? Right next to butts, we have this thing right here. See this thing? The Star Fox black hole stuff is crazy. You almost want to keep playing Star Fox Super Nintendo just because you want to see if there's anything that can help you out, right? But look at this thing as like a mouth. Like, try and imagine this thing, okay? Imagine this thing as a mouth. And just imagine a human trapped in a mouth, like a cage mouth, right? So the game is literally showing you stuff, dude. It's just like literally showing you. so many things we hate about this when we think about this is not just like the separation. Okay, it's not the idea of just being separation, but like what's something disgusting that separates? We know what separates, and it is this base. We know what happens when something separates. The cream thing makes so much sense, dude. It really does. The cream, the whole cream, the ideas behind cream, the way they're trying to portray her, the reason that both the chows can turn into an angel. You can have an angel chow and you can have a demon chow. Now it's looking like the mouth stuff, but, you know. Split's my favorite one. You don't even have to like look at this one as a butt fully. You can also look at this one with Split. I'm a big fan of Split because Split's just nasty. Split's kind of like horse. It's a little bit of horse stuff. See that fidget? Did you see that? We just got a fidget in here. What the heck was that, dude? That's what I mean. We got some crazy little fidget. A concept of like a little shocker, you know? That was really cool. That was funny. A disturber. And we're just talking, and then it's like, I'll always look at that one too. That one's pretty brutal right there. See, I'm very nice to people. People don't think I'm nice. I'm very nice to people. I tend to use different terms like bra. You know, I try to use different terms because it paints a picture, you know. Now it's just like it's painting pictures, you know. If you're pretty smart, you probably get the idea behind that. Human. It's the tree doing the crazy stuff with the tree. Seeing the tree was being crazy like that for like bodies. But the crazy thing too is like, think about if your body was trapped. Okay, so we're going to say for some reason your body is trapped, right? Your neck would be bent down, that's for sure. You know, that's like a religious thing. In paintings. Oh, look at the popper. See him? See him grow up there? Yep, let's see him again. Oh, I love seeing any growers. Do you know why I love seeing growers so much? I'll tell you why I love seeing growers so much. I saw somebody's interest and love for Mario. And I'm like, you love Mario, right? Oh, okay, you love Mario, right? That's exactly why I was showing the stuff in Super Lucky Tail. Stub is so weird too. I don't know what their ideas are behind Stub. You know? I don't really get the ideas behind Stub. Also, I'm so glad I don't really pay attention to like the deleted Colossus. Because if you pay attention to the deleted Colossus, you'll never get to the ideas of faces. You'll never get to the ideas of side views. You'll never get to any of those ideas. You'll never get to the ideas of this being like sad, like a thing that's sad right here. You will get to none of those views if you